Hello. This is Penguin Hub, the owner of Penguin Hub Wrestling. Today we are here to randomly pick the matches that will be selected for round one of the qualifying process for the Elimination Chamber in weeks from now. Now, this is all completely random, alright? This list was made in no particular order, just whoever came to my mind. And how this works is basically we have 22 contestants. I made a mistake in my last YouTube post. I said that we had an odd number of contestants, but I had completely forgotten about not Chris Benoit. I wonder who he is. He likes to go by the name not Chris Benoit. He wears a mask. He wants to hide his identity. Well, we'll never know who he is, but we do have the we do have his title name not Chris Benoit. Uh, as I mentioned in my last YouTube post, Number Sue, Logan Balls, and Ronald McDonald will not be in this competition because one, Ronald McDonald and Logan Balls already are scheduled for a title match at the Penguin Hub Wrestling's main event of the year. And Number Sue, well, all he has to do is go and compete in the WWE against Penta, and that is enough to get him to the Elimination Chamber. So this is really all to narrow down 5 contestants for the Elimination Chamber match in some weeks from now. So we're gonna get started. All right. Like I said, we have 22 contestants. The last match will indeed be a fatal four-way, not a triple threat. It'll be a fatal four-way just because who the fuck wants to see a bunch of singles matches, 1v1. So I'll at least throw in that fatal four-way at the end. So that's a little different because it's going to be a lot of wrestling matches. All right, let's go. First wrestler. All right, so we're starting off with the jobber. We're going to remove him. So whoever the wheel selects next, that's going to be who the Arab has to face in round one. And whoever he faces, whoever wins, will move on to round two. Does that make sense? All right, the Arab will be going up against. It seems it's going to be against Trancy. So we're going to remove Trancy from this wheel to avoid them being picked again. So we have the Arab versus Trancy. All right. Now on to the second match. It's going to be a long qualification process. All right. It was almost me. But we have Brock Lesnar here. Brock Lesnar, remove him. Who's going to be in the match against Brock Lesnar? Or should I say who's going to be... Oh. The Woker will have the privilege of facing Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, he is still fighting those washed allegations. I'm not sure if beating the Woker will do much for his reputation. But that it is. Brock Lesnar versus the Woker guys. Versus the Woker. Now we have third match. Let's see. Have Pingu. Is it going to be Pingu the Penguin? It's going to be Pingu the Penguin. Against who? We're about to find out. It's going to be a second match in Penguin Hub Wrestling. Narrowly against Diddy. Oh my god, alright. Pingu the Penguin versus Diddy. This will be Diddy's third match. This will be Pingu's second match. Alright, let's keep it going. Alright, Big Dick Randy. Who is he going to face in round one of this qualification process? Oh man, we have an LGBTQIAer. It's Pimpinella, the legendary wrestler from Mexico. So it's Big Dick Randy versus Pimpinella. She is a professional wrestler, however, she is older in age. But let's see if she can do anything against Big Dick Randy. Excuse me. Alright. We spin the wheel again. We have Daryl. He is a fellow American, a God-fearing American. He was the Christian who I had selected in the at the December to Dismember pay-per-view, the opening match. Who will Daryl go up against? He will be facing off against none other than Smosh's Ian Hecox, legendary YouTuber from our childhoods. He won his first debut match it was a tag team match with Anthony. But today he will be facing his own battles by himself against the God-fearing American Daryl. We have 12 entries left. Let's see who the next contestant is. The Greedy Jew. They are making it in the media again with all this right-wing propaganda. All right, we have the Greedy Jew. Who is he going to face? Oh, isn't that a coincidence? He's going to be facing Ian Hickok's Smosh partner, Anthony Padilla. Anthony Padilla, all right. Greedy Jew versus Anthony Padilla. These matches might not be the best form of entertainment. The styles may not clash with each other as much. Some of these aren't even athletes, to be honest. They're not really, training hard, as far as I know. All right, let's see the next contestants. 10 wrestlers left. The last one will be a fatal four-way. We have Chris Benoit. All right, who will Chris Benoit be going up against? Could it be me or could it be? Nope. It is the old corpse in Ric Flair. It is the decaying corpse, Ric Flair. All right, that should definitely be a good style clash right there. Chris Benoit versus Ric Flair. As far as I know, both ex-professional wrestlers or both current professional wrestlers. I'm sorry. They both have similar styles, very technical wrestlers. That should be an entertaining match to watch. Let's see. A couple more singles matches to go. We have Todd the Librarian, who's an inspiration for Penguin Up Wrestling. We have Todd the Librarian. Who will he be facing off against? Again, his first singles match for his debut match was in a tag team match. He's going to be facing off against the Indian. All right. It's Todd the Librarian versus the Indian. Just going to type in Todd there. All right. This is the last singles match. The one after will be a fatal four-way. Oh boy. All right, Pod Daddy, the biggest mofo in this organization. He stands at like 6'6". He is a former prisoner who will have the misfortune of going up against Pod Daddy. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a World War III match. Wife Tyson and Pod Daddy. Wife Tyson and Pod Daddy. Should I say Pod Daddy versus Wife Tyson? Doesn't matter. All right, and these last four contestants will be facing each other in a fatal four-way. We have Eminem, the FedEx Man, the Grinch, and Penguin Hub, which is me. So that is indeed the format for round one of the qualifying process for the Elimination Chamber. So all these contestants will be facing each other 1v1. It'll be Eric versus Chansey, Brock Lesnar versus Woker, Pingu the Penguin versus Diddy, Big Dick Randy versus Pimpinella, Daryl versus Ian, Greedy Jew versus Anthony Padilla, Chris Benoit versus Ric Flair, Todd versus Indian, Wife Tyson versus Pod Daddy, and the last one is Penguin Hub versus Grinch versus Eminem versus who else was it? Versus the FedEx Man. All right, that is the round one of the qualifying process. As I mentioned earlier, everyone who wins their match, every person that wins their match will move on to round two. There should be 10 contestants left if I'm doing my math correctly, in which case it'll be a repeat. It'll be 1v1 and all of those winners will go on to the Elimination Chamber match.